Cal, now that he's in the 25-point club, can we talk about Emmanuel quickly as an SEC Player of the Year candidate?
Yeah, he needs to have you ready? I'm with IQ. I mean, he's playing, you know. He's playing. And but in the first half, he dribbled past 3 or 4 shots. And that's why I grabbed him at halftime. And I said, if you don't shoot open shots, I'm putting Johnny in because I know he will shoot every shot. You don't, and if you miss him, get in the gym tonight. I don't know what to tell you. But you can't be a team that wants to play deep into March and have guys passing up wide open shots to take a tough shot because they want it to look harder in case I miss. If I miss, you know, I kind of get embarrassed. So you can't have that mindset. And today we didn't. Biggest block of the game, EJ. Big rebound, EJ. Big play where Tyrese made 2 free throws. Big. The out of bounds on the side. It was just, we didn't seal the guy. We just ran from them. You got to go body to body. The baseline out of bounds is on me. So we got to come up with some stuff. I've used that for 30 years. It ain't working with this group. So now I got to come up with something different. Because if I'm playing us, I'm putting a man on the ball and I'm pressing. So now let me coach a little bit and figure some stuff out. But we got a great group of guys. It was dangerous what I did with Ashton because if he got hit right on that spot, he's probably out 3 games. Not real smart, but he said, I could do this, I'll play. And, you know, I didn't start him either half, but he performed. He still, you know, again, we have 6 turnovers by Ashton. Come on. And 1 at the end where he's dribbling through 3 guys. What are you doing? So we got to clean some stuff up. But look, Florida's a good team. They had won 5 in a row. They came out in the first half or second half and came right at us. I was going to call a timeout, and I said, nope, let them play through. Let these guys figure it out. That's when your team is empowered. They don't stop. They don't let go of the rope. They start figuring out how they got to do it themselves.
John, what's the difference in a Tyrese who scores 25, 26 points early versus one tonight that has 13 points, 7 rebounds, 7 assists, 2 steals?
He's driving the ball. And again, he still has to learn, like John Wall said, why aren't these guys getting by anybody? You're opening up the court. You're saying open. I know what you're doing. You're saying beat your man on the dribble. But he charged him. Just for all you basketball bennies, probably have none in this room, but when you bounce it, you got to bounce it by the guy. So boop, boop, and there. Now any contact is a foul. You ready? Boop, 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 and you bounce it here and start running. It's a charge. It's a charge every time. And again, when you're in high school, you can get away with that. Each level you go, you can't get away with it. You got to be able to get the ball out and by the guy. If you can't, either you're not confident with the ball, or you just have a habit of bouncing it here and trying to run. Can't get by anybody. So it's funny, John Wall just said to me, well, how do you, I said, Emmanuel's getting by. Ashton has to shoot the ball. He had 3 turnovers, he drove, he wouldn't shoot it. Here's why. Why would I tell you something good's got to happen? 3 things can happen if he shoots it. This is for a lesson for all you here that know nothing about basketball, which is most of you in this room. None of you people are good, okay? He goes and shoots it. Give me what can happen. Wow. He misses, and we rebounded. He gets fouled, or he can turn it over. Why would you do that? Why would you do that? Just shoot it. Lastly, they get the rebound. Where are they getting the rebound? Out wide for a breakout or underneath the basket? Now you can say, thank you, Coach. That's a great lesson.
For those of us who may not understand, could you explain your defense, why it was so good the second half, did you think?
We changed up what we were doing in pick and roll. So I made an executive decision and said, all right, we're doing this different. So we played it different. And it took that middle stuff away that they were killing us with. But we still had the lob where Nick we got tired. But the game was a physical game. There was a lot of body-to-body stuff.
John, your team's on a little bit of a roll now. I've heard several of the players say how difficult it is to go through the day-to-day grind of a long season. You say you're coaching for March, you're coaching for the tournament. What specifically are you doing to maybe minimize not only the physical but the emotional aspects of that grind now?
Well, one of the things I'm doing, I'm starting to work out with a couple of the players. There are 4 guys that I'm doing individuals with myself. And the reason is I want them to understand I am for them. I'm invested in them. I love you. I want you to do well. Let's get some work. So I'm touching them more. The second piece of that is you got to do a lot of film work, and you got to do things like I've given them books that I want them to read. And I brought it up again, the toughness book, talking about how you can breathe, how you have a mental picture of yourself. I like to give them videos of themselves that have them playing the way I want them to play and put them on their phone. I'll send it to them. Now, let me ask you, if we don't do long film sessions, why is that? Attention span, 8 minutes. Come on. Unless they're watching themselves. They'll go 4 straight hours and won't go to the bathroom. So you can make that as long as you want. But if it's having to do the other stuff, they can't. And then lastly, I've got 1 or 2 more Thursdays to go. I've got to make a decision if I back up off the Thursday because we're going hard. I mean, there's body to body, there's conditioning. It's the full 2 hours and 15 minutes, which I normally don't do. Is it time? Tomorrow we'll do film. I'll work out with the 5 guys I want to touch, and they'll have massages. That's what tomorrow will be. And then Monday we practice, and now we play Texas A&M. I think they won 5 in a row. They beat Mississippi State. I mean, we're playing another team that's playing well. I mean, they're going to be feeling good, and, Buzz is doing a great job with his team.
Coach, it seemed like late in the second half you kind of got very deliberate with your offense. Was there a reason for that, trying to get specific sets?
I just wanted them to have to guard us full possessions, and I didn't want quick shots that led them out. So that's what we did.
How much of a comfort level are you developing or just reassurance at the end of games based on what Emmanuel's done, both at the free throw line and just seems like always hitting these big shots?
I got to do a better job on some stuff on the press. And when we get that right, I'll feel way more comfortable. Right now, like they're throwing the ball almost to the baseline out of bounds. Guys aren't getting into bodies to get open. We got to help them and really put them in a position. They don't feel good about how we're doing out of bounds. It's obvious they're not confident with it. If you're confident, you can go. I like throwing the ball to Nick in those situations. Can you tell me why? Okay, that's one. That's good. That's good. How about I can just throw it up in the air to them? They're not denying that one. Just throw it up and let them grab it and go. Could have gone to that late, but I didn't. I'll be honest with you. I just thought of it just now. But
John, you were talking about 8-minute attention spans. Has that changed a lot since you started doing this?
no.
Player attention span?
Nope, I've never had long film sessions. I don't give them scouting reports. Do you know why I don't give them a scouting report of the other team? I want them to know our stuff. Now I'm going to have them learn their stuff. My managers know all the other team stuff. They go through it. My team plays their stuff. They don't have to remember. There's actions they got to remember. And the whole time is, how do I get my guys free mentally? Fresh legs and fresh minds in March. That's what wins. Now, that's why I'm saying, Thursday, do I do my normal stuff or do we start backing up? Fresh minds means I'm not overwhelming them with 2-hour film sessions. I'm not overwhelming them with big, long scouting reports and overdoing this. They got to feel free and fresh going into March. And You know, to be honest, and I probably said this last time about 3 weeks ago, 4 weeks ago, I thought we may have maxed out. I'm like, I don't know if I can get anything more out of this group. And then I told the team that, not then, after. But here's what happens. The only way in my opinion, the only way your team gets better is if individual players are improving. And not just your starters or your top three. We need Johnny Juzang to just continue to get better. We need Keon to continue to get better. EJ, you're close. He is so close to being what he's capable. He's close. But he's close because he's conditioning, he's pushing, and then we got to get Nate to play like he did against Arkansas. You don't have to make every jump shot. Say it? Can't miss them all. Just make one. And then it's not so much pressure on your defense or your rebounding. Make a shot or two. Boom, stay in. They get one or two. Okay, it's you got 6, they got 4. We're in good shape. I like that number. So we got to get that going a little bit. And what's happened is the players on the floor, the players on the bench, everybody seems to be getting better and more consistent, and that's what we need.
Coach, Tyrese Maxey was 3.3 rebounds away and 3 assists away from a triple-double. What area specifically has he improved on since he first came to campus earlier this year?
Nick Richards was 4 rebounds, a point, and 10 assists away from that triple-double, too. No, I think Tyrese is capable of that. I mean, he should be a triple-double because if he makes easy passes, you're not going to turn it over, and they're assists because these guys can play. The second thing is I've seen him rebound and do that stuff. Now go get it, you know, and he's doing it. And making those 2 free throws, folks, that's the first time this year he's done that. Listen, he's either missed or gone 1 or 2. He's not made 2. Believe me, I'm watching every game. He made them this game. Big step for him. Because demonstrated performance is what builds your confidence. Not me saying, you're the greatest, or what are you doing? It doesn't matter if you build your own confidence and you have, through hard work, through the grind, and then you get on the court and you perform. Demonstrated performance.